Imagine you live next to a single mother and her child. And as you keep in touch with them, over the years, you start to notice a pattern. Every year they have to move from their house because the rent increases. And you ask, what's causing this? And she says, of course, the landlord is increasing the rent because of the area, because of gentrification coming in every year. And I just have to keep moving. And you see how this affects their lives. Bus fare goes up because longer commute, more train fare. And it also affects the child. He has to switch schools every year. He has new friends. He's always the new kid in school. His perception of what long-term relationship, social life is skewed. We have this same reality happening in our backyard. The West Side Beltline is being developed. And as we all know, hammers are coming down every day. Would you deny a family like that, single mother and a child? Would you help them? Would you love thy neighbor? I'll tell you, if you do decide to deny them, you would have denied me growing up in Chicago in the center of gentrification, where rents are now 5 times over what they were just a couple years ago. Why would you want to deny a pretty boy like me? In all seriousness, who wants to be a part of the help? If I give you 3 ways to do it, who wants to be a part of the help? Awesome. Okay. This would have been a very short speech if you didn't raise your hand, so I'm really grateful you did that. I'm going to walk you through it. First one is relax. Second one, reinvest. And the last one, refer. Relax. When you think of great leaders like MLK, Abraham Lincoln, even Alexander the Great, they worked inside calamities. They worked in calm. They relaxed and they planned. In 2011, I purchased a property in Old Fourth Ward. It was a foreclosure, extra stinky. All my relatives were telling me, don't buy that. It's a really bad idea. There's probably dead bodies in that basement that we saw. And they had a lot of good points. The roof was rickety, the furnace, air conditioning was all out. But I relaxed and looked at this objectively. I purchased that at $100,000, and now it's worth $500,000, even more in some cases. There's townhouses going for $800,000. It's getting ridiculous. But we now have this opportunity to reinvest in the West. Before this happens, what happened in Old Fourth Ward, we can get wealth out of that. Even in the years till now, I've gotten rental income off of that. We can create this generational wealth that other families may not have an opportunity to. And we're not going to be like investors that go in and quadruple everything. We're going to raise the village affordable. We're going to help with this affordable housing crisis that we face. Now, why should you reinvest? Well, there's many reasons why. The main one being the stock market. I can tell you right now, we could beat it with real estate. In my experience, I beat it double times over. The average is 7% per year. But there's also another reason. It's pretty scary. I don't know if some of you know about mutual funds and 401ks, some of your retirement funds, but in many of the last few decades, a lot of these fund managers don't even disclose how much they're taking out of your nest egg. It's terrifying. It's like me saying, hey, give me $100. Yeah, please. I may take 75 of it, but it'll be fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's crazy. So what I'm asking you to do is reinvest, even if it's not your own capital, maybe your family. Reinvest in the village so we could be a part of the change. And you could also put some money in your pocket along the way. Now, a big part of this too is refer. This is the last point, and this is the biggest point. Because I don't know about you, but I don't have much faith in our government now. We have to do this on our own. We are the village, let's do this. And we have to do this because there's 100,000 people in the West Side Beltline surrounding neighborhoods. There's no single way a group of people could do it. It has to be village scale change. With referring, you just think about your network. Say you have 50 people in your friendship network, 500 people in your network. If you think about somebody that would like to sell their property, maybe they're sitting on it, and you use it for somebody that needs affordable housing. It doesn't necessarily need to be Section 8. Just make it rentable. If you buy a house for $50,000 and you make the total rent throughout the year like $500 to $700 per month, that's still like a 10% return. You're still beating the stock market. And on top of that, 5 years from now, what happened to me could happen to you. And it's been a big part of why I was able to leave my job, a big blessing that I got. Now we have everything you need. Relax, reinvest, refer. Will you be a part of this village scale change that we need to do? Will you be a part of preventing that generational endless loop of poverty, rejection, crime by giving our folks a chance? I hope you'll join me in this battle. Thank you very much.